I am not going to be late. I just had to press the button. Give me, give me a second. It takes a moment for this thing to turn on, basically. So what up? Jimmy says, "What's up?" Hold on, let me get um the link. Let me copy that for you guys and say, um, all right, Andrew, you're overdue to join us. TJ says, "Good evening, Jimmy," and I'm right on time, good sir. Lake Norman, I guess Lake Norman, North Carolina guy. Oh shoot, what did I drop? Drop something. Hmm, maybe I didn't. All right. It just do a burnout. No. Brian says, "Yo, what up?" TJ says, "Good evening, Dash." Yeah, how you doing this evening? Oh boy, this is. Oh, yeah. I guess I have enough light. This is bright enough for you guys, or should I turn my light up? So this is my light to make me, Oh, look, I could probably do this. I just hate when it's off to the. I prefer my light to be. Oh, that's kind of. Let's turn it up a little bit. Uh, 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 oh yeah, there we go. It's not too bad. So I prefer my light to be actually directly in front of me, but uh, let's see if I can do this. This will work out. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right, let's go with that. Uh, TJ said he's working. Scrog, what up, man? Callie B, what's up with you, man? How you doing this
What
evening?
up, man? How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
You look a
Surviving.
little more chipper than last week.
I want to say so. I did last week. I did not get on the early train. So there's a train that leaves from DC at 6:27 p.m. headed to Baltimore. It
Mm.
gets me to where I get off at 7:15. If I make that early, and I call it the early train, if I make that early train, then I'm home at like 7:30, 7:45. If I and that's like on a bad day. So today I think I was home a little after 7:30. But if I don't make the early train and I get the late train, I don't even get off the train until after 8 o'clock. And then it's
Oh,
about a 10-15 minute ride home. And if we stop and get something to eat, or we, sit in the car and talk. And this is when I say we, my wife and I. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know, right? I won't say I can't 100% guarantee, but that's pretty much what it is. So, but today I got the early train, so I was home at like 7:30 ish. So I got to come in. I ate dinner. I, was talking to my
right.
wife for a while. I mean, so it wasn't as draining. But my days on Wednesday, actually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, my days start at 4:15 a.m. Or have been starting at 4:15 a.m. for the past few weeks. So yeah. Jimmy said he just ran four guys out of his room. Not sure why it's a yearly thing. Yep. Old dad checking in. Sup, everybody? Yes, indeed. Yeah, exactly, TJ. I was thinking it, but I was just gonna leave it alone. Excuse me, I was gonna leave it alone because it's Uncle Jimmy, and I was just gonna leave it alone. You wanna say hi? I know, right? So this is Brian. Brian, this is my wife, Mrs. Dash. She. Oh,
Vanilla ice cream with strawberries, graham crackers, cinnamon, and a little honey.
those are graham
Damn, and I
crackers?
don't get
Yeah,
any.
fresh graham crackers up in here.
No, you don't.
It's yummy.
She ate all the strawberries though, but told me about them.
No, from right there. See?
Anyway, Jimmy should be on in a while, but you're going to sleep. It's in the kitchen on the island. Anyway, Andrew says, "Mama Dash." She said, "What up, George? How you doing?" They like what my guy supplies to the conference. Yo, I am overdue. Actually, I'm out. So my guy, look, he's been busy apparently, but I had to. This is some of the granddaddy memes. This is the stuff that I picked up while I was in Florida, and I've been putting. I don't say putting hurting on this bottle, but I've been drinking some of this one. Now, this is more than 8 ounces, and this is a higher proof, or about equal proof, as to what I normally drink. So we are going to. I'm gonna pour up, but I'm not gonna refill it. So I'm telling you right now, Jimmy, because I know you're gonna come out here like it's time for a re-up, time to fill it back up. So here, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm pouring over the ice. I'm just covering the ice, and I think that's probably a good 8 ounce pour. And again, I'm not. I gotta get up in the morning. I don't want to black out tonight. I'm trying to be responsible. Oh boy, here he is.
There he is.
What up, Jimmy? How you doing?
Hey, we're just sitting, listening to the ocean roll into the sand.
Hey, are you going to get up and try to link up with the homie Mark?
I am. Tell me again what street that is.
55th and Ocean.
Oh, I should not be far from him. I'm about 74th right here.
Yeah,
So
55th and Ocean, and he's probably about 6 foot. He's got long shoulder length hair, and he'll probably have on shorts, be barefoot. Just like look, he looks homeless, to be completely honest with you.
that's okay.
But it's not not like homeless like that, but homeless in the beach bum way.
Okay.
He'll probably have on a like a stonewashed or a tattered hoodie or a t-shirt, some shorts, and be barefoot. And just his name is Mark.
If I'm gonna do my best in the morning, he's there about sunrise every morning.
Oh, no about. He will be. He gets out to the beach between 5 and 5:30 every day.
Okay.
Every day.
We can do that. I've been up there every day so far this week.
Where you at, Jimmy?
I'm at Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. Okay.
I am. Honestly, Dash loves it. This is not one of my favorite places in the world. It's just
not so much that not so much that I love it. It's just it's a good beach town that has entertainment.
It's the Grand Strand.
Yeah.
I've been coming here for years. Been coming to a conference for about the last 5 or 6 years.
See, you don't like it because it's work.
Yeah, it's work. I mean, I'm being paid to be here. So, yeah.
You know what? That part. So I know we just. I'm going to close the comments, and we really need to change his name from MacBoy212 to like something else. So we should just call it like it's his fault. I'm doing barbecue videos, and you can thank him in the comments. Yeah, because
okay.
So you guys, I'm dead serious. So he's the one that was trying to impress his father-in-law, well, soon to at the time be father-in-law, and asked me for some help with some barbecue videos. And I'm telling you, I posted the video like, "Hey man, I'm gonna just put these on YouTube for you to see," and I made them public. And not, I keep coming back to the same thing, that more than just him watched the video. So it's not all his fault, because I had a slight established channel before he, posted those videos with the barbecue, but he's the one that asked me to post barbecue videos. If that makes
mostly
sense.
my fault. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Dash, one thing I can tell you, Sunday, Linda came down, and she just left today. And one of the things she and I did after I got out of the conference every day was we hit the big bourbon places in North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
And I can tell you, this is not the place to come.
Really? Is it too expensive or is it cheap?
Not the place to come. She actually I think we hit 17 places down here, and she bought 3 bottles she wanted to try.
Okay.
I bought nothing. I saw
Mm.
absolutely nothing that I couldn't get at home, or
For cheap.
it's secondary pricing down here for
Oh, yeah.
everything, and it just
Scroggs got jokes. He said, "Did I brand that ice before I poured it?" No, I did not. Oh boy, look at Brian's ice cube tray.
Trying
So-
it out.
So
I
hold on.
almost bought a branding iron. Almost did.
All right, so hold on. I started talking to Andrew so that he could tell us he has some exciting news. He just made an acquisition. I'm gonna let him. Yeah.
So I had a tragic, and I say this tongue in cheek, I had a tragic second failure of a gas burner, resulting in a fire on my 6-burner grill that I've loved for 6 years. So
Propane tank didn't blow, did it?
no. It was,
Okay.
it was the gas, or I don't know if it's the gas tube, whatever is the gas transfer tube that lights all the burners or whatever. And I rebuilt the grill like twice already. I think it's just a fluke with the type of grill. Anyways, the timing was really funny because I was telling my sister-in-law at the time, I was like, yeah, I'm cooking for 15 people or something like that. I was telling her, yeah, I told my wife I wanted to get a Blackstone, and she had said no, and we were having this whole conversation or whatever. And I look out the window and there's flames like shooting out the front of the,
Oh my God.
and I was like, well, I guess we'll get out the panini. We have like a big cast iron panini press tray, and I was like, I guess I'll do all the fajitas on there. So naturally, I went out that afternoon and bought a 36-inch Blackstone. So I'm learning how to griddle, as they say.
So hold on one second. We need more backstory here. So
Okay.
I get a text message and it says, hold on. Actually, I should find my phone and read you the text message. You said what?
Get the receipts.
Yes, I'm not, because it was I won't say it was a little more dramatic than that, but it was like, oh no, I had a fire. Then it was like the next picture was the Blackstone in the back of his truck.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like this, unfortunate. Unfortunate circumstances. Whatever he said. So hold on, I'm gonna go back.
Well, because the result of the whole back and forth with Dash in the beginning has been that I cook on the grill for like my family or family events or whatever, probably average of 3 times a week. And so like, that's a crucial part of our like workflow, so that being workflow. MIA is like no good.
So
here's still don't do you good though. It's a good, it's a good grill.
All right. So hold on. I'm going to, I really have to, I will say play this up, but I want you to understand the messages I got. So the first message says, and now this is on Saturday, June 6th, okay, at 5:39 p.m. It says RIP Grill, and this is the picture I have, right? With that picture is this picture. And I'm like, fire? Like the whole thing was I saw RIP Grill and I hadn't even seen the picture, and I'm like, fire? Question mark? He's like, yep, no bueno. I'm like, dang. He said, not my first rodeo, baking soda, put it out in like 10 seconds. I said, cool, can it be saved? He said, not this time. I rebuilt it twice. It served me well for the last 4 years, maybe 5. So then he sent me pictures and he said, well, dang, at least March 2021. I'm like, man, time flies. The next picture I get, now mind you, that was our exchange at 5:39 p.m. Hold on, I want to put him on the screen so he can because he can laugh at this, right? So the next picture was at 9:59, and it was pictures of the grill fully assembled. Now, mind you, Andrew has 2 young children, 2 children under 3 or under 4?
Under 4.
Yeah, 2 children under 4.
Bless
all
you.
right. What? which
Priorities.
means that he had to, he had to help or at least attempt to help, with the kids, and then get out there and get this done. We all know, and we all the four of us are fathers, so happy Father's Day early to the three of you guys.
You too.
But we all understand what this meant at 10 o'clock. That meant that we had to get the kids down early or do whatever, help mom with bedtime routines so we could go out to the garage and get this done, right? So I'm like, well done. I said I was going to recommend the bed risers, but you might not need them. So you guys know that I put my Blackstone on the bed risers to make it higher, blah blah blah. He said, honestly, it's a little shorter than I thought. And I'm like, right. I said, well, congratulations and welcome to the Blackstone family. He said, honestly, maybe now I'll give the Weber. Maybe now I'll give the Weber space on the deck. So he has another. Your other grill is propane too, right?
No, the Weber's charcoal.
Oh, is it kettle?
Yeah, with the little pot below it.
Okay. So I don't know. Maybe I was. Didn't you have a 3-burner Weber before?
No, that was I was attempting to restore a some bougie brand that I got. That was when I gave up on. I couldn't find parts.
Brother, that Weber, you can do just about anything on that you want to do.
Yep. It's just a matter of patience and planning, because you have to plan how the charcoal is going to be. But I mean, this is nothing. This is old hat, right? Yeah. So he said, all right, so this is weird. Like, why? And then he showed me a picture of this thing, right? And I'm like, I have that on my grill. It's actually pretty kick-ass, and it works. I'm like, it stops the griddle from the top from actually rusting. It doesn't allow moisture and air to get to the surface, and way less maintenance that has to be done. And I'm like, it actually helps. I have one. It doesn't allow for rust to form. It works really well. Like during storage or you cook on it. I'm like, for storage. Also, make sure the burners are off and it's cool, or else ask me how I know. All right. He says, bro, my Amazon cart right now, and I know Andrew. He goes 110% into something. He'll do some research, and then it'll be 110% full steam ahead, no stopping him. And I said, so at this point, this was on June 6th. So actually, we were texting. It was June 7th. It was midnight, right? So I said, just got back from Philly. I had to make an appearance at my brother's birthday party, but everything, buying everything Blackstone related. How about you cook on it first, right? That's, I'm like, dude, see what you need before you start buying all the stuff that you're not actually going to use. He said, I can't. It's too late.
You gotta have all the cool toys. I'm just saying.
I have a limited window in which I have approval to buy toys when you get something like that. It's about 48 hours. Otherwise, you have to wait weeks.
Don't we all?
But I will give some props. This was that night while I was building it.
Oh, nice.
Even more impressive, she came out.
Because she wanted to be a part because it was a new thing, and you know what? She was
fast. That's what it was.
Well, I was just about to say she was gauging if she'll be able to use it too. That's what it was. Even though she won't say it, and she's like, "No, you use it. You cook for me." I'm telling you, that's what it was. She was gauging, just how easy it might be for her to cook on it. So I'm like, how about you cooking it first? And he said, I can't. It's too late. I said, all right, what are you afraid you're gonna wake the kids? I'm like, midnight cooks are a thing. So he says, I'm gonna get these, and he sent me a magnetic grill mat. I said, even if it's some eggs and toast, that's just extra to clean foil. So I was saying the mat that he showed me a picture of. I'm
Which
like,
I
man,
love,
that's
by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, this is just extra clean. I'm putting a piece of foil on the daggone shelf, and I'm calling it a day. Right?
Actually,
but
they're sweet. They're really cool.
Well, maybe I'll have to come
You just,
through
like, hose them off, but you have to get the magnetic ones, the ones I sent you. You have to get those, otherwise they curl on the edges.
Well, did you get the whole silicone mat cover thing or no?
Of course.
Okay, all right.
Come on now.
I want to say I should have known better. All right. Hold on. Let me try and. That's all the stuff you bought. Oh my gosh. Scrapers and tubs. All right, so KB says, howdy barbecue people. TJ says, Jimmy, it looks like you're being paid to drink. Yeah. Marcus says, aloha, everyone. Dash doesn't even eat apples. I do so. Actually, I ate an apple from my daughter's purse the other day on her way to her graduation. And I killed it. And she was like, it didn't look good. I'm like, oh boy. Jimmy dropped off. I know. Marcus says, hey, thank you, Marcus, man. Definitely appreciate you checking in. No, it was a happy accident.
Happy accident.
Look at this guy.
Hey.
All right, Jimmy's back. He just wanted to be in the bottom left corner, I guess. So Travis is here. What up, Travis? How you doing this evening?
Hilton.
Oh man, look at this. Oh no.
What up, man?
What up?
Steven. Listen, Steven. No. You can enjoy your and Uncle Steven, Uncle Jimmy is not at home. So I'm not doing no punching tonight. I have to think about my, work schedule in the morning.
Not
so
even for $5, $10.
Let me tell you, I have 2 unopened bottles of puncheon waiting on you
at home.
All the way across the state, but I can't get to them tonight. So
we were waiting for you last week.
Next week,
we'll have to have a rain check.
Yep. Next week can be a puncheon night.
I hear you. So what's up, guys? What's up?
Nothing, man. How you doing? How's everything there?
Well, just cool for the hour. Some rain and some humidities and a lot of mixed weather right now.
How's Jacqueline doing?
Jacqueline is doing fine, actually. She'll be starting her full nursing course September coming.
Nice.
Stephen, you back to 100%?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Did you hurt yourself, Stephen, or something?
No, I had a little sinus attack.
Oh, okay.
He was a little down. Taking
I was on some antibiotics.
Right.
All right. Well, glad to hear you're doing well, man. Definitely.
Absolutely.
You mean to tell me those peppers didn't get rid of it? Those hot peppers, the scorpion peppers didn't do it, and the scorpion peppers are punching? What?
No,
what?
sir.
The ancestors steered you wrong?
No,
because you know the ancestors be like, put some pepper on it. Drink some puncheon. Rub some dirt on it. Go kick a rock.
It did not work out that way at all.
Man.
Pretty sure my dad has a jar of peppers from my grandfather. That's
how am I coming across to you guys? Clear?
So all right. So you're doing fine. So Stephen, I don't know if you've ever met Andrew. Andrew's dad is from Trinidad.
Okay. Nice. Cool.
Oh, you're okay. I'm sorry. Andrew has Trinidadian roots. How about that? Okay. Let's simplify it. Yeah. All right. So here's the thing. So Lake Norman says, Dash, how are you enjoying your new LSG 42 smoker? So I don't call it a smoker. I call it a cooker because I do more than just smoke meat on it. So far I have done the burn-in, and then I called myself being like setting it up to start it, and I tried to run a program, Brian, and the program failed because I was like, oh, and this is probably my own doing, but I started it, ran it for 3 or 4 hours, shut it down, turned it back on, and said, let it run for 3 hours, and then I tried to have it shut down or go off, and it didn't. So it went all night long at another 225 or 250 degrees or whatever. And so as opposed to cooking for like another 2 or 3 hours, it cooked for 8. So my paint is good and cured at 250 degrees. And then the next cook I did on it was the steak that I showed you guys when I did it. I have since cooked a brisket on it, and I have also done lamb chops on it and done another steak for myself. So you guys will see those cooks coming up within the next, 3 weeks, basically.
So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you. Now that you have both the cabinet and the 42, how do you think it compares? Because you said
I have
brisket, as a brisket, doing brisket, because you said
the brisket was fine. The brisket was fine. It definitely. All I can say is the brisket was fine. It wasn't any real. Oh, I can taste this extra thing. Or
that's what I'm looking for. Is it? Because I get that question a lot. Is it worth going to the cabinet or?
Yes. So here's the reason why. The extra, it's like $750, $1,000 to go to the cabinet.
Yeah.
For space, for versatility in how you can cook.
Right, but as far as how the meat turns out is what I'm getting.
Yeah, but it's not about that, because if you build it, they will come.
Though.
Yes.
Is it worth it at Thanksgiving?
Yes, wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Wholeheartedly, because the whole thing is, I can fit in that smoker this past year. I fit 15 turkeys, between 13 or 15 turkeys, or I think I had 14 turkeys and a turkey breast in there.
Okay.
But for somebody that doesn't do catering,
I'm telling you, Brian, it's one of those things where if you have the space, you are going to utilize the space. When I bought my first big smoker, okay, I mean, and everyone knows, like, there's a I'm saying meme, but there is a famous person who made a statement about computer storage and space, right? And he said, now that I have this, I will never need that much more space again, right? And the whole thing is, if you have the space, you will find somebody or someone that will ask you to make a cook that will fill that thing to its capacity. You will use it for sure.
Yeah.
And even if you don't use it, you will spread things out and maximize the space that you have so that things aren't on top of each other. And that's the thing that I try to do.
Yeah,
well,
I get it.
The guy's name is Chris.
Yes. From Lone Star?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Chris
I have
Goodlander.
started conversations, so we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
They've been working a lot with the content creators, so
yeah. Well, I'm not asking him to send me something. I'm just I'm thinking, because
I'll be honest though, and all right. When I ordered my 42, the cabinet wasn't even out yet. They didn't come out with the cabinet until the next year.
It was like a year later. Yep.
Right. So I mean, there was no way I was gonna, So I was happy with the 42. I had no issues with it. As far as cooking.
So hold on one second, B. So Travis is doing home improvements, so that's why he's saying he's icing his elbows, because he's getting old. You better be wearing some damn knee pads. And here's a word of advice, Travis, from someone who's older than you: take some ibuprofen and Tylenol prior to doing the work that you're going to do.
One of each.
And then, not even one of each. I take 2 to 3 of each, okay, before I get to working on something. Before you start working on it, Andrew's laughing. He'll get there. He's not there yet.
I had a lidocaine patch on today, brother. I'm good.
You said what?
I had a lidocaine patch on today. I'm good.
All right, so
that'll work too.
Take it before you start doing the work, and then after you finish the work for the day, okay? And Anyway, so he's building a deck, an addition, like a
just now, guys. I'll come back just now. Then.
All right. He's gonna build he's building a platform onto his new house. All right, so let's see. Blind man Dave says, "Hey yo, dashing everyone." Travis says, "Whoever has a fan blowing on them, move it, please." That's me. The air conditioner is behind me. Is it?
I don't think
It
so.
might have been Steven. I don't hear it.
Oh, okay.
It stopped.
All right, so Johnny Hayes says, "Hello from Windsor, Ontario, Canada." It's raining hard here. QQQ, what's your best meat ratio for homemade burgers such as beef and pork, etc.? 100% beef burgers. Usually I'll do like a 80-20 or a 70-30. And I like to make smash burgers on that Blackstone.
I think he's probably asking what type of meat to use for the grind if you're making your own.
100% beef.
Right. Are you doing brisket and?
So I had the only time I've done a mix of meat was when I cut up that primal ribeye, and I used the tail and all of the fat. Yeah. So I didn't have an exact ratio. It was the trimmings from that thing, and I actually have another bag of those trimmings in the freezer. I actually have two of those in the freezer, so I don't have a ratio, unfortunately. But if I'm going to do a meat ratio, I'm choosing the 70-30 for sure.
Nephew, it looks like we're gonna have to ship the slicer and the grinder back and forth between us.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think.
No, I had. Oh, I'm about to say I had the grinder, but yeah, I had the grinder. You have the slicer. Yeah. I need to send you the grinder, and you can use it for however long, and then I need to try to make bacon and use the slicer.
Yeah, I can.
It's just who lives closest to TJ?
Yeah, we're not.
Neither of us.
We don't.
I would have to leave my house, pick up Jimmy, and then go out to TJ. Yeah, Travis says home add-ons, not improvements. Yeah.
You didn't answer Lake Norman's question.
Did I miss
it? He's got his 42 scheduled for delivery on Monday. And
I did see that, and I put it up there, and then I totally. My 42 scheduled for delivery Monday. Any tips? Follow the directions, the instructions, and then the first cook should be chicken. I did not follow my own advice because I won't say other things to do, but I even made mention of the fact that I know it was one of those things, do as I say and not as I do. Because I had something else going on and I couldn't get any chicken to cook in that cooker. But I will tell you, John Greneau, who is a longtime friend of the channel and subscriber, he received his delivery of his cabinet, and he did his burn-in. He cooked some chicken on it, and he was so impressed with the chicken on the cabinet. He cooked some beef ribs on it right away. So he kind of did the burn-in, and then the chicken cook and the beef rib cook all at once, or within the first 2 days of having it. So I think
I would add that be prepared that the deflector plate is heavy. I mean, it's awkward to get in and out of the 42. So
I won't even say that, but the thing I would actually not recommend or warn people about is that there is going to be a delta in temperature between the set temperature on your dial and the temperature on the thermometer that is on the door.
When I did mine, I had a 40-degree difference between the two. 40.
So the burn-in?
Yeah, well, I mean, just on the original 10, 15, 20 cooks, it was up to 40 degrees off between the two.
That could have been impacted by how much food you had in the cooker too.
What? No, it wasn't packed in.
No,
it was not. So what I did is I went into the controller and did the offset, so it kind of balanced out. And then I noticed it was shifting. So your controller does learn. It learns the cooks, it learns the smoker, and it does adjust. At least mine did.
All right, so
now
I just want to appreciate this. Can you see what that name says right there?
it's punch on time.
It's punching. So punching is the liquor that Steven drinks. He says it's punching time. Look, Steven, I'm still new at my job, and I have to make sure I get up in the morning. You know, this is not an excuse. This is give me like another 2 or 3 weeks, okay?
No problem,
All
man.
right.
No problem. Cool.
Because I'm not afraid of the punching, but I have to be responsible. So Scrog says, Lake Norman, North Carolina guy. He says, nice. It's pretty straightforward. Unpack, season, enjoy. So Norman, if you're a Lake Norman guy, if you saw my video on the seasoning, all you have to do is turn it on, let it cook for a little bit, spray it down, and then I added a second coat or a second dose of the pan. It's not really necessary. All you really need to do is spray it down, let it season, and turn. I think part of the key is also heat cycles. So that's why after the 4 hours initially, I turned it off, let it cool completely. I turned it back on. Another, I cooked for 8 hours. You don't have to cook for 8 hours, but the key, and that's what they tell you in instructions, is heat cycles. You need 3 or 4 different heat cycles before you can start turning that thing on. So
the burn-in is more for the paint curing
than anything.
Inside.
Yeah. Dang. So Scrog says I didn't have to unpack mine. I live pretty close to LSG, so I picked mine up. No giant wood crate for mine.
Must be
cool
nice.
Story, bro. I know, right? Cool story, bro. Because now I'm gonna have to pay for that crate to be taken away.
It only took you 15 seconds in the video to take it apart.
In real life, it took me way longer. Okay, and that was sped up. Okay, that wasn't real time. Yeah. And that was the saw. Remember, I had the dull saw blade cutting through the nails. And I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna just do this thing. And I'm like, damn it, I gotta take the whole thing apart because I couldn't reach the strap on the front part. So Bumpy is here. What up, Bumpy? Bumpy's gonna have to make sure he goes back and watches the first 38 minutes of this video. There were some riveting moments that you missed. Riveting. All right. So John says, what I meant was I've heard people combining beef and pork to make burgers. I would never, because I don't eat pork. But if you're going to combine beef and pork, then that would be making meatballs and not burgers, in my opinion. More for anything.
That would be interesting, though. I know you don't eat pork, but I don't know. It does sound decent. I mean,
any burger is just beef. A good burger is just beef. When you start mixing stuff, that's when
would that be a burger?
You said what? I'm sorry.
If you mix turkey and burger, would that turkey?
I wouldn't.
Would that be
no, I wouldn't. I would make 100% turkey or 100% beef. I wouldn't mix meats.
You would.
So let me tell you a funny story, right? So you guys know I started this new job, and with this new job, so Steven, I'm gonna have to mute your mic because I think you have a fan blowing on you, and we can hear it.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
There you go. That's better.
I just hear it in my headphones. So what feel free to unmute yourself when you are gonna chime in. It's just we could just hear the fan. But so again, quick story. You guys know I started this new job. New job means going into work. Going into work means I need to make sure I have, I won't say a new wardrobe, but I need to have a whole bunch of different pants and clothes and shirts and everything like that. So I've been doing some shopping, getting things done. So this past weekend, Taste Tester number 3 had to go to her school to help with instrument cleaning at the end of the year, after her band, thing. So I said, oh, Taste Tester number 3 has to go to, her school. I said, maybe we can run up to, I said Kohl's, but it's Boscow's, right? I'm like, I look for some pants, look for some shirts, this and the other, and maybe we can go to IKEA. I said, my wife sent me a message saying that IKEA has these hot dogs, and they're like, you can get a double hot dog, right? Like 2 double hot dogs for $3. I'm like, I'm not above going to IKEA and getting hot dogs versus getting the meatballs because the meatballs have pork in them. So I'm like, let's go and try it, right? The double hot dogs thing. I looked it up, and IKEA's hot dogs are 75% chicken and 25% pork, or excuse me, 25% beef. So I'm like, all right, chicken hot dog. Let me go and try it. I take the first bite, and I'm like, oh man, like it was horrible. It was so bad. But the whole problem was I'd gotten up early that morning, taking Taste Tester number 3 to school. We did the shopping, like clothes shopping, and then I ended up getting some shoes from Boscov's or whatever because they were on clearance and on sale. And I'm like, yo, I need shoes. I might as well get a variety of shoes. And I'm like, I got 4 pair of shoes for $100. I'm like, you can't beat that with a stick. And one of them is a pair of boots, right? I'm like, I can't beat that, right? So then we go over to IKEA, and it was like, dun, dun, dun. After I took that first bite, it was so bad. It was so bad. And I'm just like, one, I already spent this money. And then 2, I'm like, yo, I'm that hungry that I'm going to eat this thing. And it was so funny. By the time I finished it, after like 4 or 5 bites, my wife was like, was it that? She was like, oh, was it that bad? And I'm like, yes, it was that bad. Like, I want a beef hot dog. Like, can I? How hard is it to ask for a beef hot dog? Like, yes. All right. So let's see. Scrog says, my temps on the door are pretty dang close to what's on the fireboard display. Even if I use a probe to measure internal temp, they're all pretty dang close. So if you guys saw, I have a variance in the cabinet of about 15 degrees, and I have a variance in the 40 or 20 by 42 of about 20 to 25 degrees. Now I know that delta, that delta will get closer as the cooker learns the environment, and it learns, it's basically the environment, and how it reacts. So it'll get closer, and I'm anticipating that delta will be about, between 10 and 15 degrees, 20 at the absolute max. And I'm okay with that. Again, because the controller is learning the environment in which it controls the pellets. So
your tell true temperature, Norman.
Yes. John says, how hard is it to incorporate exotic and/or wild game meats like deer, bear, incorporated with beef and pig for recipes? I don't do it, so I don't know. I'm not a hunter. I hunt my meat at Sam's, Costco, and the Restaurant Depot.
They don't run away from you.
Nah. Yo, let me tell you. I took the recycling cans from the corner down my driveway today, and I tell you guys all the time, I have city deer. I could have pulled a pistol out of my pocket if I had one, or a rifle, and taken care of a white-tailed deer in my driveway, because it was just looking at me like,
it looked at you like, what you gonna do?
Trust me, they have, Jimmy, and I
or just looking at you like, how you doing?
Yep.
I can neither confirm nor deny that I look. One of those things in the driveway was like, let's see what it's gonna do. Oops. Yeah. So Scrog says, no crate, but I did have to drive there with the trailer, load it, and haul it home. So trade-off. Completely true, Scrog, but you live closer, and I probably would have. I honestly wanted to go to LSG and pick mine up, like I did, because that would have been the video of me going to LSG, then the video of me picking it up, and then the video of me going back home. Those are videos that you can't, like, those have been fantastic. I just know. I have been I'll say contemplating. So let's see. Bumpy saying hi to everybody. I commonly add ground pork to my burger. Scott says.
Yeah.
Blind man says, "Hey, aren't burgers just flat meatballs?" Pretty much, but I still won't. I know, right? These freaking Canadians and their logic. They're
It's the truth.
almost no. I completely. You know how you ever hear one of those stories or videos where people say Mexican cooking is all the same thing? It's just in the preparation of the tortilla. You know, you have like, yeah, I mean, you think about it.
I've never heard that, but yeah.
What? A taco is a tortilla that is fried and folded. A burrito is the tortilla by itself, right? Nachos are cut up tortillas.
Okay.
Like I won't say empanadas, but then there's like tomatillos or burritos that have sauce on them. I mean, they're all the same exact thing for the most part. They're
Just
just
wrapped
in
differently.
yes. The outside skin is different. That is the only
Enchiladas.
difference. You said what
Well,
now?
Enchiladas.
Flautas? Yes, flautas, enchiladas, burritos, quesadillas,
they all don't
tacos,
have the same
nachos.
innards, though. You got
For the most part, no. Let's I won't say to be fair. If we're going to say we're using ground beef, and most of the time you're going to be using ground beef, you have ground beef, and you're going to put it. You can probably have 7 different outers for a ground beef inner. And that ground beef inner will have some of them will be just ground beef, some of them will have additional mix-ins with that inner, but the outer is different. I'm telling you, it's just one of those things. So Steven said he'll be right back. All right, Steven. Fresh venison is Dash's freezer today. Oh man, I wish I didn't listen. I mean, I don't know if I won't say I don't know if I'd had the heart to, but I don't know if I'd had the ability to break it down. That makes sense. You know, like
got it
I don't
trim it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because yeah.
I've never had
John
venison.
John says, you just like beef. I sure would love your take on a recipe for any meatloaf. That's a very large meatball. So here we go. Burgers are flat meatballs. Meatloaf is a big meatball. but now you understand how I'm thinking about it, right? And now that I say this, you're gonna be like, he's right. This is just a that meatball. This is like a skinny flat cooked to death meatball. When you do
He's
smash
asking
burgers.
how you would prepare and
I'm getting ready to say it, but the whole point is I wanted to just say that it goes back to my point about Mexican food. It's all the same, just a different wrapper. So here's my take, right? In my household, I'm not the only person that eats. All right, and I'm sure you're gonna understand this next point. When I make meatloaf the way that I like meatloaf, my wife does not like meatloaf, because I don't like meatloaf. I need meatloaf that has stuff in it, right? I'm going to cut up some peppers. I'm going to cut up some onions. I'm going to mix some sort of flavor inside of it. I'm going to season it. I'm going to do all of those things because I don't like meatloaf. Now, if I give my wife that, she's going to be like, ew, it's too much stuff in it. That's the point. That's the point, right?
Yep.
Jimmy, I'm sure you understand.
I completely understand.
So what I've had to do is, let's say I have a pound of meat. I'm going to take a quarter of it and make a teeny little meatloaf, right? And there's nothing in it. I might season it just a little bit, salt, pepper, garlic, and then throw it on the smoker or do whatever.
Yep.
She gets her own because homie don't play that. All right. And then I make one and I'm putting, hey Steven.
Yeah.
So
I took out the earbuds because that is something my daughter bought for Father's Day. So
no
kind of
problem.
like testing it out. So, but how it sounds now as I
No, you're good. You're good.
Fancy
Good
mic.
I know, right? He got the trucker mic on.
Yeah.
He said, one nighter, come back. Come on.
10-20, 10-20.
Yeah. So but the whole thing is I'll make her a little meatloaf just for her. And then my kids and I will eat the one with the peppers and the onions and the extra seasoning. Now I will put on hers. I've done like some barbecue sauce as a cover or whatever, and or like ketchup. I don't really like doing ketchup. I'll do barbecue sauce more than I'll do ketchup.
Yeah.
But that's what she like. She's like, no filler, just meat, and some sort of some sort of soft crust, or some sort of sauce, whatever. And I'm like, it's like she won't say she gets excited about going places and they have meatloaf, and I'm like, ew.
Personally, I like to throw a little Jimmy Dean's sausage in with the hamburger for the meatloaf. Gives it a little different flavor to it. A little spice up, and then I add the onion and bell pepper and everything else. So
you guys remember that phone call, the voicemail to Jimmy D's is like, and the guy was talking about how he didn't appreciate the fact that they took his 1 pound Jimmy Dean sausage and now they took it down to 12 ounces, and he was so disappointed. He said because he has some healthy sons and 1 pound is good enough, but 12 ounces isn't enough to feed my sons. This is one of those, like, early internet videos. Yeah.
Dash is funny because I grew up in South Carolina, spent a lot of time in southern South Carolina, and my wife grew up in southern Georgia. And the differences in things like meatloaf is unreal between what she likes and what I like. Just that close. You wouldn't think there was that much difference, but there is.
Listen,
it's what they grew up on.
Southern South Carolina and southern Georgia, from experience, is a good 200 to 250 mile difference.
And
which isn't much.
It's 1,000
it's
miles
night and
difference
day
in food.
I know, but distance-wise, it's not much. But the culture,
actually, it's less than that. It might be. You know what, Jimmy? I'll give it 150 miles.
Well, from where I was to where she grew up is you were probably closer to start with, 250 to 300 miles apart. And it's 1,500 miles apart as far as the food we grew up on.
Yeah.
And, it's amazing to me over the last, and we just finished.
You guys just had your anniversary, didn't you?
Do what?
You guys just had your anniversary, didn't you?
We did. It was 41 years.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you compromised on some sort of food.
Well, we're still arguing food after 41 years, but
he's still compromising.
But
look, all right, let me try to catch up on the comments real quick. So TJ says, so again, this is where TJ comes in, where he's got the Holy Trinity on his side. He said meatballs have vegetables mixed in, so no self-respecting burger has veggies in them. You'd be surprised, man. Some places will put like fixings or stuff in the burger. Yeah. Scrox, the same stuff for Med Food did meatballs, but they're good. Mediterranean food, I guess he's saying. Taj is here. He says, what's the cook for this jam-packed holiday weekend? So Taj, I'll be honest with you. The one of my trash men, he hit me up and he was like, hey man, I've been watching you for a while. Every now and again I see and smell the things you're doing when I was home, right? So now I'm not home, but of course, why do these people wait to hit me up until I'm back at work? I've been home for years, and now he decides to hit me up. So he's
hitting you up for a brisket for a while.
You full of shit, B. Anyway, you have You have, but the timing hasn't been optimal. Anyway, so he hits me up a couple weeks ago. And he's like, "Yo, I need to get brisket for this weekend, or this Thursday." And I'm like, "Dog, why? Like, why is it?" I said, "Unfortunately, I just started a new job, and I'm not home anymore. I can't do anything."
Look,
so I'm like, maybe I can do something for you the following.
I can do one of Dash's briskets, so hit me up. Maybe I can cook you one and send it to you.
But then you're gonna have to send it to him.
Hey,
Man.
I'll pay for shipping. I ain't worried about that.
Well, but so here's the thing.
I know it's summertime. It's a different. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
So,
I know.
but so I'm telling my trash man, right? And I'm like, "Yo, I just went back to work, yada yada." I said, maybe I can do it for you next Friday because I know I'll have off for Juneteenth on Friday. And I'm like, I don't know if I can get it done because my wife wants to go to. There's a music festival that happens in Baltimore. It's called AFRAM, and she wants to go to AFRAM, and then on Saturday is also AFRAM, and then I'm like, well, maybe I can tell them I can do it on the Monday because I actually have a cook schedule where I'm taking off work. And my manager at work, right? My new manager, I'm like, hey, I have to take off Monday because I have a catering event. And she's like, you sure are taking a lot of days off. I'm like, listen. Last week, I'm like, Linda, listen.
Let me tell you something.
I said, first of all, I've been working for this company for 20 some odd years. I am just new to this program. I know how things work. I said, and with that being said, I'm like, last week I had to take off a day because of my daughter's graduation. There was no way I was missing that. I said, and this coming week, I had to take a day off because of a catering event that I had scheduled on the books. I said, I have had this catering event scheduled on the books before I even knew I was getting laid off. So guess what? I'm going to be taking my days off, and you're not going to be pushing back and telling me I'm not brand new to this. I'm new to this program, but I'm not new to the company. No. I'm like, we're not. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Dash. Go for
it. So and here's the thing, right? I have the capability to be able to work from home. And I'm like, if I could just work from home, I wouldn't need to take a day off, right? Save my paid time off. But no, because
Dash,
I'm new to this program.
Than 50 years ago, my grandfather started pumping into me. People treat you like you teach them to treat you. So you go for it.
Go straight. I said Jimmy wasn't going to ask me or influence me to pour anything else, but I'm pouring this over the ice now that I'm talking about the.
Is that the sponsored ice or the non-sponsored ice?
Non-sponsored ice. This is just a regular ice, regular ice. Okay. All right. So let me catch up on the
I wouldn't influence you to pour anything, Dash.
Me neither.
This is a lie. Why is that a lie? So
why would you say that?
All right, hold on.
Kraken.
Phil McCracken. Phil McCracken says, "What's the best charcoal to use?" I'm a big fan of lump charcoal, but not all lump charcoal is created equally. It's a damn shame, but you have to sometimes open up and use the charcoal to determine whether the pieces of charcoal have lasted transit. And I'll go on to explain. I bought charcoal from Sam's, and oh boy, come on, Steven, I will drink my moonshine to your punches.
Tell me, Dash, you don't squeeze that bag and fill the pieces in it before you walk to the register.
You can't.
I know.
Because and the whole thing is you can't, because I've had, and I did a video about, I'm like, do not buy this charcoal. And that company reached out to me and they're like, please, can you take that video down? It's not our fault. I said, please, can you send me some charcoal directly that proves that it's not your fault. And they're like, we can't do that. Well, then I can't
Right.
take down that video.
Of course not.
Right. But the whole thing is the charcoal company, and I can't remember which one it was. They had lump charcoal that they sold through Sam's, but they said that Sam's treated it so badly that like a quarter of the bag ended up being charcoal powder, like dust.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I will never buy any of this again. And they're like, hey, we saw your video. Can you please take that down? And I'm like, if you saw the video, send me a bag or send me some. Yep, exactly. I'm like, send me some charcoal to prove to me that that is not how it actually is. And they're like, we can't do that. Then I can't take down the video. Plain and simple.
A pallet of charcoal.
Man, listen. So, but the whole thing is, but that is the best charcoal. The best charcoal is the charcoal. One, I buy charcoal when it's on sale. Okay. Two, whatever charcoal you can find. And I know that's a very pragmatic approach to buying charcoal, but I'm cooking for money. I'm not cooking. I don't have an unlimited budget to be able to say I'm gonna blow $300 on charcoal and buy freaking 10 bags of the best charcoal out there. I can't afford that. I that's not something I can do. So I have to keep within my budget, and my budget allows me to buy budget charcoal. And sometimes the budget charcoal it sucks. And I'm going to be like, all right, you know what? I learned my lesson. Maybe get something a little bit different. But here's the thing: when I'm buying, or I can get bags of charcoal, and there was that one time I got these 40-pound bags of charcoal on sale for like $10 a bag. Now, mind you, this was like 7-8 years ago. I had a dozen bags of charcoal, and I was upset when I finally cooked through all of it and it was gone. But at the time, I'm like, man, this is the best thing ever. And I'm using it, on the side of the house, cooking with all the different cookers. But when it was gone, I was upset because now I'm paying 2 or 3 times as much for charcoal, and the charcoal was worse. That's the thing that gets me. The charcoal was worse.
So, Phil, I would suggest just going down and buying what's available to you at the stores that you have around you. Trying out a couple different ones, see which one works best for you.
Yep.
And I would go from there. I mean, it's
so
in all reality, it's subjective.
To hammer it to hone in on Brian's point, Sam's, Costco, BJ's are going to have the big box brand name stuff. Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart are also going to have some big names and possibly better stuff, but it will be slightly more expensive. Now, where I can suggest you go is look into local hardware stores. There's an Ace Hardware not too far from me that if I want to go and get specialty charcoal, I can go to the Ace Hardware. Is it a further drive? Yes. Is it going to cost me a little bit more? Probably yes as well. Yeah. But I can try. There was a time where I wanted to have like the charcoal Olympics. Now, these are things that I think of and I didn't actually follow through with because it was so subjective. I'm like, how do I make this how do I quantify my results from my cook? I bought probably a dozen different types of charcoal, from lump to briquettes to like all different types of charcoal, and I had them in my garage and I slowly used them because I couldn't figure out how. Like I bought them like all at once, and I'm like, I'm gonna have. And so we're in 2026. This must have been either 2020 or 2022 that I was gonna have this charcoal Olympics because the Olympics was happening at that time.
Right now, that happening right now on YouTube right now.
Well, with the World Cup?
No, with the charcoal. Right now, a few channels doing comparison on charcoal right now.
Everybody wants to do a comparison on charcoal every couple of years, but my whole thing was I wanted it to be very, very scientific and not subjective, and I couldn't figure out how I was going to do it.
It's all subjective.
I know, B, but I wanted it to be more scientific. That's why. I mean, look, I had that charcoal in my garage for like 6-8 months before I was like, all right, you know what? I can't figure it out. Screw it. I'm gonna go ahead and just cook with it. Yep. Yeah. So Tosh says I need to go to South Carolina
for
like
peaches for the most
now,
part.
Georgia is where you need to go for peaches, dog.
No. Georgia just says they're the peach state. South Carolina produces a third more peaches than the state of Georgia now.
Are they better?
Yes, and sweet. Go around Edgefield County. Go down to Edgefield County in South Carolina and get your peaches. Because, oh, man.
Moving to the country,
you're
gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country.
Where the hell is Susie?
It's covered up. He's right.
Oh, okay. I know what happened to Susie. So Susie has expanded her repertoire as far as work, and she's still doing some of the other things that she is doing. So Susie will probably not be as available as she used to be. All right, so Scrog says, just seeing Mex was autocorrected to Med. He said, damn drunk elf. Tosh says, blessings on your union, sir. He said, keep it going. Yeah. Scrog says, oh, Dad, speaking of Phil McCracken, questions about charcoal. I seen the other day you have to find a video on YouTube. I seen something the other day. You have to find a bit on YouTube. Okay, go on. John says, I went to AC Worth, Georgia before 3 weeks. I gained 25 pounds. Food was great. What is that? AC Worth. Is that like a resort or a vacation place? Or?
I think it's Ackworth. Lake Ackworth.
Thanks. One of us has been drinking and one of us has not been.
Not me.
Mac boy, you gonna look up what Ackworth is for us, please? I know you have the dual monitor set up.
That's what it is.
Okay. All right. So let me use this opportunity for my own good. Okay. B, Jimmy, Steven, I need you to turn to Andrew and say, we need Dash's website set up.
Oh, no.
Andrew, we need Dash's website set up. Just saying. How else am I going to order a freaking brisket in California?
No. He knows, and he knows because the whole thing is, I'm like, dude. All right, so he was the only person that I told about my whole layoff thing, right? And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, him and Marcus, I told him first, all right? And I told Marcus about it because I'm like, dude, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm gonna have to be selling some food. But I had an alternative side hustle to be, set up, right? And mind you, he's like, I'm gonna need some questions answered. I stayed up and answered all the questions for you. That I did my homework, right?
You did.
Because I didn't know what I won't say I didn't know what the future was gonna hold, but I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I had to do what I had to do. But I'm grateful that I was able to get things set up and lined up and everything is good. But I still want to have that in place. Not as a fallback, but as when I'm handing people cards, I don't have to say
cards instead of one.
You said, I always hand out 3 cards. Always.
No, I mean one for each.
Oh, no, because sometimes maybe I should start interlacing my cards with one farms maintenance, one barbecue thing. But I think one will lead into the other. You said what?
On the grill, off the grill.
Yeah.
on one side off the grill, the next side on the grill.
That's what I'm saying. Just flip it.
Man, well, maybe next time I get some cards printed, I will have to have the fronts of both of the cards on each other, and
Dash,
but yes,
look at Daddy Dutch barbecue.
I'm trying to
at the bottom.
Scrock said this about pellets. Oh, cool. Check it out. Remember that $10 30. Yo, so George says, remember that $10 $30 30-pound lump charcoal from Walmart. That's exactly what I'm talking about, George. And I think it might have been 40 pounds. But if it wasn't, it was 30 pounds. That was the best lump charcoal that I had in a long time. So John says, guys, to do that, forging knife makers use that coke type of coal. Wonder if any barbecue users ever tried using it. So coke, as far as forging, doesn't have the same flavor as charcoal does. I want to say it's close, and it does. Like, you can definitely taste it. I don't want to say taste, but you can smell the difference. Kent says, "Hey y'all." Josh says South Carolina got better peaches, bro. All right. South Carolina peaches are definitely more delicious. And here we go. Last time I tried logging into Dash's website, it took me to a prawn website. Thanks, Ken. I mean, like, wow. You know why it took you to that type of website, Kent? Because of the cookies that you already had saved in your computer.
Knows.
It was exactly. Say it again, Andrew. Tell them again.
Google
it was
knows.
your browsing
hashtag
history.
Dash.
Yeah. Oh, what you dashing? Kent? It was your existing browser history. You know, because those ads and those other things are derived by what you're already doing. So don't try to blame me. What do you got, Jimmy? Or are you about to go to bed?
Neither. I'm good.
Jimmy, you on holidays or what, buddy?
I'm already.
He's working. He's
Oh,
working from not from home.
Oh, he's working undercover.
Yeah.
I'm about 300 miles from home, working so hard.
I work hard for the money.
So Katie,
that's
been in the last few chats. She wanted to apologize that she wasn't going to be able to make it tonight.
No, she's fine.
And
listen, it's like nice to know Kate when she joins.
So
I told her that I would tell you guys that she got detained.
Oh. Is she not of American descent?
Well, with her job, and actually where you get off, I think it's the subway downtown DC.
Metro. Yeah.
The Metro. Her main office is across the street from the Metro that you get off of.
Which Metro station?
I can't say, but she's anyway. She hasn't been to the main office in about 3 years, but
okay. So there's yeah.
So
go ahead, Jimmy.
B, let me ask you a question, B.
I didn't do it.
No, you didn't do it, but you've been through it. The question that I have is, how are you doing? You've been through a major life adjustment here in the last several months.
Yes, I have.
How are you doing personally? You okay?
So, and I don't like to dwell on it. It's not the objective subject of the live stream, and that's why I've been as respectful as I can about that.
You know we family here, right?
That's right.
I know.
We're family.
So,
that's why
you know we family here, and the whole thing is we have gotten to the point where we have to check on each other.
Exactly.
So, in response to your question, I've been mourning for several years.
Yeah.
You know, because of the circumstances that, and for those that know or that don't know,
Yeah.
My wife had passed on back in late July or June. So it's been pretty recent, but she was quite ill for many years. In a way, it was a relief when she passed on because
it was
she's
over.
not suffering. The pain is gone, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm doing good. I'm in a good headspace. I've got friends, a lot of friends.
Use a lie. You ain't got no friends. We
No,
your friends.
Why do you think Katie's in the chat? Okay,
You do.
You
No, but
pay
listen,
her to join
you
us
know,
into the chat.
and that's the one thing about Dash's barbecue family. You
We
got
have,
friends
yeah,
from one end of the country to the other.
absolutely, yeah.
and in other countries. Look at Steven. Look at Blind Man. We had that dude from Austria, New Zealand. I want to say
Australian.
Austria. No. He was New Zealand. He was from New Zealand.
That's
He was a
right.
Kiwi. Yeah.
But the thing is, like I said before, and I mean, you could go back to the time that I started, joining the live streams, and even before I jumped into the live chats. This was an outlet for me. This platform.
Oh yeah.
Because I felt comfortable here. It wasn't like everybody was just low key and we talked about stuff. I'm especially appreciative that we don't really jump into political crap. I'm not into that. Not but I felt like it was a family here. That I could just communicate, be myself, and that was the biggest thing. So I'm appreciative of that, and I appreciate everybody that's in the chat, and especially on the panel here. I know Dash gets a little sentimental about this stuff. It's true though. You create a safe environment.
It is a safe space. It is a safe space. This is definitely a safe space, and I don't judge.
And that's why I was asking about Peaches, because it just dawned on me. It's like, gosh, I haven't seen Peaches in a long time.
It mightn't be so safe next week Wednesday.
Yeah. So Blind Man says, "Hey, how do you film during your live cooks? Do you put the camera in your tent somewhere?" Yes, I usually end up hanging the camera on one of the vertical or horizontal poles in the canopy. That last cook that I did, the last on-site cook that I did, I forgot my tripod, my mounts, and I had to improvise. So one of the angles was on top of a sign that just so happened to be like the sign was telling you about the distance around the park, and I put the camera on top of the sign. So like when you see the cameras up high and you see me setting up the canopy and everything like that, that's what that was. Then the other angle when I was cooking was from one of the grills. Excuse me, was from one of the grills that was in the state park, and or I don't think it was a state park, in the recreational park. And the whole thing was, I'm like, I don't have my tripod, I don't have anything. What can I put my camera and sit it on? And like I just figured it out. So, but for the most part, I have like a mount that has a C clamp or a grapple, or I have a mount that has a magnet on it. Those are like my two go-to camera mounting systems. The one with the C clamp, it really is just like a clamp that opens up and you squeeze it down, so it'll go around the bars of the canopy, and the canopy is aluminum, so the magnets don't work on it. But when I go to the range, I can set up the magnets or the mounts with the magnets, because almost everything is metal, or at least part of it. Part of the things at the range are metal, and I can have that pointing back at me and or downrange at the target. Other than that, in the house, I use it's like a low profile space saving tripod, where normally the tripod, the legs, I won't say extend, but get to the point where they're open from like where the base is, and it opens out pretty wide. The tripods I use are narrow, and they have an extension that goes vertically. and that helps me to save space. So I have one that stays in the house, and I have one that's out in the garage, and they have the universal or the mount that I use on them, so I don't have to worry about mounting plates and other things like that. I just drop the pocket 3 camera, or excuse me, pocket 4 camera on it, or the action camera on that mount, and I can do what I need to do.
Laura
How
must
do
be
Oh, Lord.
Laura must be looking.
Yep. We call that
Oh
a
man.
how do you deal with the lighting in your garage?
So I just put a whole bunch of new lights out in the garage, and you can see it. Like if you look back at the last video where I was doing a baking, you can see up in the garage. You'll see the LED strip. They look horrible, but the whole thing is I put them strategically where I'm filming, and not where they'll look good. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
so if you look back at the baking video, like the video, the lights are where that metal table is. I know that I'm going to be filming there, so I have lots of light concentrated over top of that table. And then over top of the cooker, same. I have a few different lights directly overhead that point down, and you can see the difference in the videos from, let's say, 2 months ago to now. The difference is literally light and day. That additional light is very beneficial.
What Kelvin are you usually shooting
I
at?
believe they're 5600. Like I want it all to be like bright white daylight, 5600. I don't want any yellowish hue. And the whole thing was, I bought these lights last October during Prime Day. And the whole thing was, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna buy them because they were on sale for like $25 a box. And I was like, let me buy this thing. Then I turned around and bought the same thing like 2 or 3 times. Actually, I think I have four. I think I have 4 sets of them. And the whole thing was, you couldn't like it.
Are they just box lights?
They're LED light strips.
They're strips. Okay.
I'll send you I'll look it up, B, and send you a text tomorrow. Like if you don't get a text from me like noon your time, just hit me up and be like, "Yo, where's the information on?"
I don't want to bother you while you're at work, so I mean,
dude, it's a welcome distraction. The whole thing is, I just can't be like on my phone all day. But if you text me, I will reply and send it to you.
Well, since you have your new job, I'm being respectful, and I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I'm just saying.
You know as well as I do. If I can reply, I'll reply. If I can't, then I won't. I've
had good luck with.
So if I send you an image like this,
yeah. So Andrew said you've had good luck with
the Amazon lights. I've got those.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
On my work shelf, that L. I've got them up top and below. I don't even think I've had one go out, honestly.
So I won't say I kind of debated doing like the LED, like the adhesive LED ones that are in a string, but these are like 4-foot lights that you can daisy chain together.
That's what I have.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, I didn't buy them and put them up in the garage to have the most light in the garage. I bought them and put them up to have the most light where I needed it.
Do you know they make 8-foot lengths of those you can buy too?
Yeah, I'm not doing that's overkill for me.
I think I might do that on mine.
Yeah, but your garage is a little lower. Your roof is lower than mine is.
Yeah.
So it makes it.
I think I'm going to take out the actual panels too, because it's uneven in there.
Oh.
Jimmy, what do you got?
I did the box. I've got 6 LED boxes that I put up. I was fighting so much brighter out in the yard because the building is open on the end I'm filming that
it has to be brighter in the building.
It took so much light that that I put it up, and I'm kind of like Dash. I put it where I was filming, where I needed that extra light. So
versus where it would look,
it helps a lot.
versus where it would look best in the whole area.
Yeah, it is. You look up and it does not look pretty
It,
at all.
no, it does not.
Where I need it.
But it makes sense for what I needed to do.
Yeah.
It makes sense for what I need to illuminate.
Yep.
I think I may alternate.
Do you guys
rows,
use? This is just for my information, but do you guys just use the raw videos, or do you use?
No.
Do you set it to record a different
platform? So I have not. I'm not there yet, and Andrew will tell you. Andrew is way more advanced in his video editing than I am. And the thing is, I've gotten better at understanding what some of the settings are as far as raw video and D-Log and other things like that. Yeah. But that just means it's an extra step when I'm editing the video. Time, say it again, Andrew, it's time, because I am usually on a time crunch, and especially now where that video that I posted yesterday, I edited it in the break room on my job between 6 a.m. and about 9 a.m. before I had to start working. And that was with, I'm sitting in the break room, and one of the ladies who on a job, she comes past and she says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm editing video." And she's like, "What?" And she sits down next to me, and she's like, "What video are you editing?" "Editing video." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do barbecue videos, blah, blah, blah." "You do barbecue?" And then I half an hour, I won't say wasted,
here's my
half an hour. Oh, I gave her quite a few business cards.
My business card.
Yep. I don't want to scare them off. So here's the thing, Andrew. I only mention the firearms every now. Yes, I only mention the firearm stuff every now and again. I don't want to scare people off, and be like, "Oh, he's that gun guy."
Catering and security.
Yeah. Yep.
That was the problem I had too. I brought absolutely everything I needed. I had 2 videos in the can I needed to edit, and I brought everything but the external drive. I dumped them on. That's sitting at the house. So I sat here with everything I needed to do my editing, except the videos themselves. So
I'll tell you, I had not this week, but last week video. I had my laptop set up on my desk, and I sent the video to YouTube. And he's either the CTO or the CIO. He comes into our office and he looks at my desk and he's like, "Is that an external drive?" And I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Oh, this person wouldn't like that." And I'm like, "Damn it. Here I am making a mistake." And this is like week 2. And I'm like, "Damn it." So I said, "Well, I had something to do personally that I'm using my personal laptop for, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "Yeah, but having it here is not really, He's like,
Yeah.
It could corrupt our servers.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, what was crazy is there isn't even a place or an ability for me to do anything with it for the most part. Like, there are no servers there physically.
You're on their Wi-Fi. That's where they get it. That's their stance.
Yeah, but I can't, like, I'm telling you,
doesn't matter.
If I could tell you how many documents people have sent me to learn something that they're like, "Oh, hey, check this document out. Check out this SOP." I click on it and it does this.
Right.
And it says, "You have to request permissions to view this document." I'm like, at this point, I can't do anything because none of everything is access control. So, all right, let me try to figure this out. Taj is praying for you, homie, and that political BS is just that BS. Yeah, this is why we we kind of keep it pretty mellow. So Dave says, what kind of mount do you usually use? So Dave, I have a video where I talk about the cameras I use and all of the different mounting systems I use. I have one that's a suction cup, and that suction cup has a magic arm that I attach to it, and the magic arm basically has like some um like some swivels and a point in the middle where there's a dial, and I can lock things in. And on that suction cup, I can mount up to 4 cameras on it. But I have usually 2 cameras, or I'll have a camera and I'll have the light set up on it. That suction cup, I will put it on the island in my kitchen. I can put it on the refrigerator. I can put it on the microwave, the glass on the microwave. So it's very versatile in where I can move it around to. Now, the other mounts, I have one that's like a C clamp. Again, it has a decent grip on it, so I can use that on the side of the house. I have some clamps mounts that are magnetic. They have like a 6 or 9 array of magnets, and I'll just stick it on there, and I have the camera pointing in whatever direction I need it. And then of course I have the tripods, but they're like low profile or slim tripods where the base, like at its widest, is like 18 inches wide, and the pole is straight. The trade-off on that particular camera, and every now and again you can see it in the videos, is you can see the camera swaying because it doesn't have that same agility in a wide top tripod. So Tosh says, meanwhile, I got a bottle of what? ABK8 or Abacus, I guess. Abacus XO cognac from he's gonna be sipping on this weekend. Nice. Was the Pocket 4 worth the upgrade? I don't have a Pocket 4. I have the Pocket 3 and the Action 5. Those are the 2 cameras I'm running together. Andrew will tell you, he and I have been watching all of the Pocket 4 stuff and the Osmo, whatever the not Osmo, the Action 360, whatever their new camera is, and I'm almost to the point where I'm like, take my money with the removable screen and microphone. That is a game changer. But the problem I have with the Insta360 cameras is the file format in which they save their videos. And one of the other things is with the Action 5 and the Pocket 3, I don't have to do any sort of color science. If I set the cameras up the same exact way, so same focal length, same zoom amount, same everything, I don't have to do anything, and I can interchange or interlace footage from either camera, and I won't say you won't know the difference, but you really can't tell.
It goes back to B's comment, right? So like even with different sensors, because they're color grading with the same technology, they don't match, and it makes your productivity so much more.
Well, much faster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I can import the videos from the Pocket 3 and I can import the videos from the Action 5. And the color science bit, the color grading is an additional step and is additional time before I have to render the video. It really isn't that bad once you figure out what colors you're going to use, I guess. But there are things that are the LUTs, the LUTs that you can apply and all of those things like that. Look, that's above my pay grade, and it's way too advanced for what I'm doing. I'm like, all right, so Blind Man says, okay, I've been beginning to shoot little reels for my baking business, but want to shoot some setup videos because people ask me how I do it without vision. Dude, I was on a train and I saw a gentleman who, he was using a blind person's cane or a visually impaired cane, but it seemed like he had some vision. And it's not like the train was empty enough to be like, hey man, how much vision do you have? I could just see him, like, one of his eyes was worse than the other because the one eye was like looking way up to the left and the other one seemed like it was looking forward, but he definitely had lost sight in that left eye. But yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of interesting too. Like, I wonder if DJI has any like aids for stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What, like
they can do
AI?
the tracking, right? So like,
yeah.
So I've been looking into the tracking and masking in post more than I have with the pre-production. But the Insta360 stuff, the tracking on that camera seems to be pretty phenomenal compared to the DJI 4, the Pocket 4 stuff. And even not just the Pocket 4, but the Pocket 4 Pro.
Has enough come out on the tracking and stuff on the Pro? I haven't even looked, admittedly.
It's not as good. It's not. Because one of the things too with the tracking, I don't think you could zoom.
Oh.
On the 4, if you're not at like the furthest focal length,
yeah,
I'm not sure if you could zoom. But in that Insta360 one, you can, while zoomed in, it'll still track it.
Interesting. So you could set it up to be here to here, and it'll still.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
So Andrew, all right. So according to Dash, you do a lot of the background stuff as far as like websites and SEO and stuff like that, correct?
Yeah.
So what programs do you use? I mean, and not necessarily, I mean, you don't have to give the whole secret sauce, but I mean, like, are there any particular sites that you or programs that you use exclusively?
Yeah, I mean, I use so I mean, there's a couple things you can use. Yoast is like the most common plugin if you have a WordPress site. If you've got, again, most of my stuff is in WordPress, and then
or
you can
Wix,
or Wix. I mean, this sounds whatever. I have like 50 or 60 sites I manage on Wix, but WordPress is my jam.
Wait, 51 or 61?
50 or 60, something like that.
51 or 61?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 51 or 61.
So for my business.
Yeah, more context.
Right. No, I get it. So for my personal business, it's all WordPress, the website.
Yeah.
But I've thought about doing Wix, but
if you've already got it in WordPress, I wouldn't move.
Huh?
Like if you already got it in WordPress, I wouldn't move.
It's a 404 website.
Okay.
So
yeah,
and it's been like that for about a decade. I'm just saying.
Well, like I think it depends on how aggressive you want to get, right? Because I can get really granular. So like I'll use like a service-based business for a brief example, right? So like if I have a
firearms maintenance service.
Sure, but we'll use something with a little more search volume for argument's sake. So like we'll go like plumber, right? So if I've got a plumber in like Annapolis, Maryland, right?
Or a landscape contractor.
Sure. Contractors, I got a couple of them. So WordPress is if you're in a competitive industry, WordPress is going to be better because you're going to have more granular control over everything. You put something in like Yoast or Rank Math or something like that, which is an SEO plugin that'll let you put in all your keywords, all your descriptions. It'll give you some modular control over AI searches, things like that.
For us, it's more for validity than anything else. That's
Sure.
all it is.
Sure.
We're not looking to be the number one.
Still need to show up.
Huh?
Still need to show up though.
Right.
That's what he's talking about, validity.
Yeah.
We're 95% referrals. So it's you know, we're not looking for the web presence per se. It's the validity of the company.
Well,
more or less.
The argument I would make, one, is you never know how much you're missing until you're measuring your traffic.
Right.
But two, I think there's a big piece in knowing the metrics of where people are gravitating to when they are going there for validity. Because you may find that one particular page or service or whatever is trafficked more than you thought, which would make you realize the market is larger for that.
I was going to say, and you can leverage that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just in terms of hierarchy, if nothing else.
Yeah.
You know, putting something in at a baseline is never going to do you dirty, right? So making sure a baseline is set across the board and you have the basic measurement stuff. And for what it's worth, like I am happy to chat offline, not in a salesy kind of way, just in terms of like I can give you the stuff to put in there so you can see it. It's simple. The strategy is where it comes into play of, you know, what you want to do with the metrics. Anybody can put the measuring stuff in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, if you don't mind, I'll text Dash. Maybe get your contact info and we could go back and forth. But
yeah,
I literally haven't done anything with the website in 10 years. Really haven't.
Yeah.
Been in business for what, 30 plus years.
Yeah.
But what's up, Jimmy?
I'm about to bounce.
Yeah.
You're about to bounce.
I'm about to bounce. It's getting late.
He's gonna bounce off the floor. That's what he's gonna bounce.
He's slurring his shit.
I'm nowhere near the floor. All I got to do is hit this button and that button, and I'm good to go.
All right, Jimmy. Right. Here's another shot for you. Okay.
All right. Wait a minute.
He said, "Hold on, wait. I'll wake up for a minute."
Wait.
Here's to Jimmy.
Hold on.
There it is.
There you go.
Sponsored drink.
There it is.
There you go.
I peeped the sticker on that earlier. Look, I'm gonna put a splash in here because there's just a little bit of ice left in here. I've been eating it like a dummy.
I did the Scrog thing. I got the square fucking cubes. I no branding, but I'm good.
I gotta be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning.
What you said?
Smelling like bourbon. So,
all right. So, little known fact: my homie Taj, and I can never remember. He's a ophthalmologist, I believe. He works with glasses and is not a doctor. There's an ophthalmologist, which I believe is the doctor. The ophthalmologist, I believe, is not the doctor. But if I ever have an issue with any of my glasses or we talk about anything about glasses, Taj is on his he knows his stuff. He's been doing this for, I won't say his entire adult life, but damn near. So he said that eye condition is called retinal strombosis. Thank you so very much, sir. You know, like when I worked at the shoe store and I knew the difference between pronation and non-pronation, or it was pronation and there's another term for how people walk on their feet, and when they walk on their feet that's pronation. When they like lean in, that's pronation. So yeah. Scrog says, I get the validity verbiage. We had a website for more or less the same reason. People assume you have one and look to it for some of the reassurance for your company. That was the entire thing that I set up. And Andrew will tell you, my pretty basic barbecue website that I set up was a WordPress website. And I had it set up for, dude, it probably was like 7 or 8 years before Andrew was finally like, dude, we gotta fix this. We gotta make this better. And the switch after I got it done, after Andrew hooked me up and did my website, I'm like, bro, we should have done this a long time ago. Like, we should have did this, because the comments that I was getting on the website or from the new website. I was like, I should have been done this.
Well, it's interesting because like you look at it for validity, but it converts people for you from a cold lead into a warm lead. If you have portfolio stuff, examples of your work, like there are some clients who come in and they're like, we saw what you did for so-and-so on your site. We know them. We love them. We saw the transition. Do that for us. Here's your proposal. They're like, I'm looking forward to signing your proposal before I even send something because I have examples of my work there.
Let me humble brag for my friend. As long as I've known him, this is what he does. When it comes to website SEO, optimization, other things, visual design or web design, he knows his shit. And this is why I'm like, I play the friend card on purpose. And I don't mind waiting because I know what the end result is going to be. And I know that he's got to run his however many zero business, and he's running his business. And I'm just like, hey man, don't forget about me.
When you want that brisket.
And man, listen. But that's exactly it, because I've definitely hit him up like, yo, you need some chicken? Because he likes the chicken. But yeah, but I also he is, I won't say the owner, but he's the parent of my internet nephew. Okay. And Matt, the video the other day, and he appreciated that. And it's like, that's what I do, man. That's what I'm here for. Every now and again, I surprise him and I hook his son up when I'm like, hey, this is Uncle Dash. And the whole thing is, Andrew watches my channel with his son, and he's like, oh, that's Mr. Dash, or that's Uncle Dash, blah, blah, blah. And then when I go ahead and send him a video and I'm talking directly to him, he's like, oh. His mind is blown. So he wasn't feeling well the other day, and I was like, yo, you know what? I'm sitting in traffic. I'm on my way home. Yo, nephew, I hear you're not feeling well. I hear you're not feeling well. And Andrew, he didn't ask me to be like, hey, can you send him send him a video to cheer him up? No, it's like, nope. Every now and again, I'm like, I got. Say less, fam. Say less. Yeah. So Todd says he's an optician. Look, I'm saying
I figured he'd correct you if you were wrong on anything.
I know. I was just waiting. But you know what? So here's the thing about Taj. It is 10:48. It's well past Taj's bedtime. Normally Taj checks in. He's like, hey, like, where's Marcus? Marcus's ass is asleep on the couch. Okay. So I'm gonna hit Marcus up tomorrow and be like, yo, dog, what happened? Where are you? So Todd says optician, pharmacist, optometrist, general, equal Family Dollar, ophthalmologist is a surgeon.
Ophthalmologist, there you go.
There you go. Yeah. Roger says I have 2 ophthalmologists, retina specialists, and a surgeon. There you go. See, this is full circle for sure. All right, we are almost at the 2-hour mark. Do you guys have any other? So shout out to the replay gang. If you could comment down below. Bumpy, you better. You better.
You know.
Exactly.
Ophthalmologist.
Oh my God! There's the word. There's the word. There is the word. Bird.
Bird is the word.
No, it's ophthalmologist is the word. So, well, listen, I just want to tell you guys I appreciate you. Andrew, thank you so very much for hanging out with us. I know this was a little bit of a stretch.
Absolutely.
Before I forget, I'm going to text Brian right now. Travis, you still here?
I didn't do it.
No,
I'll add a comment on a couple things earlier that I forgot to say really quick. So one, going back to your editing question, somebody wise long ago told me that perfection will get in the way of productivity. And
80-20.
And so
80-20.
I've tried to implement that advice, but to your specific question and stuff like this, where, you know, if you get a backlog and you start to bottleneck that, especially on like a YouTube and algorithm side and things like that, just because you're trying to chase that perfection, like, I mean, even these
detrimental.
Like even these big YouTubers, like they'll put out stuff on a Clips channel, right? Because they realize the benefit that consistency brings and how it can grow and stuff like that. So it's interesting to look at it particularly from the YouTube side, where you can see the metrics attached to it. You know, what if you skip a little while and your algorithm starts to fade and you're like, oh, hold on, I got to up my frequency. And all of a sudden you get these spikes, or all of a sudden, because you're putting stuff out, they'll give you recommendations that'll have like a huge spike. Like Dash had some stuff. What was that? Like a couple months ago or something? The shorts?
On-site. No, it wasn't a short. Well, on the firearms channel
we're talking about.
On the firearms channel, it was some shorts that did well-ish.
Yeah, but I was thinking about the on-site one. I remember those, but the on-site one was like where it had like a huge.
Yeah, that was last summer. That was last summer. Yeah. So I had 3 on-site cooks in a row. The first one went wood, the second one went platinum, and the third one went diamond. Like it was crazy, or went gold. The third one went gold, and I didn't do anything different between the 3 videos. I used the same exact format, the same exact formula for all 3 videos, and the middle video was the one that did numbers. It had like 60, 75,000 views. I even got people who came to me at the range or came to me elsewhere, and they were like, I seen you on YouTube. And I'm like, whatever.
Really?
Yes. I was doing something, and I had this girl, and she was like, oh, I seen you on YouTube. And this is not I saw you on YouTube. She was like, didn't I see you on YouTube? And I'm like, no.
No,
like, yeah,
wasn't me. Wasn't me.
She was like, yeah, I did. You did X, Y, and Z.
Wasn't
and I was
me.
like, damn, you did actually see me on YouTube. And the whole thing was, I was at the next event when she said she saw me. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, I seen you on YouTube. What? And I'm like, yo, that's crazy that 50, 60,000 views, people are actually seeing those videos. But it's hard to say. And Steven, let me ask you this. What video of yours has, I won't say gone viral, but gone viral compared to the normal views that you have on your video?
Well, I have one video. I think that video could be about 3 to 4 years old.
Yeah.
And up within recency, I still getting comments from that video.
Yep.
That video has 61,000 views.
And so
61,000.
Yeah. So, but 61,000 views is very high compared to your normal what?
Yeah, normal I might get like maybe 300, 400, depending, sometimes 5.
So
give or take between let's say 150 to 200 views. But then again,
same.
Then again, remember, I only put out a video like once a month or every 6 weeks.
Yep. So, Steven, you and I have talked about this before, where the algorithm will reward you if you put out more videos more consistently.
I know that, but I
hear you.
I just like doing this for fun. I have no expectations.
Yeah.
From this channel. Then there's like for when the maker ready to meet me, my daughter has something to watch and that kind of
Yeah.
It's like an album.
Listen, I don't have an expectation either, but me getting a couple $100 extra or a couple extra $100, it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Turns a lot of stuff into a write-off.
Man, I'm working on that, like extra stuff in write-offs for sure.
The funny thing about that video is up to now I can't understand why that
Look,
video, how that video.
Taj says, "Real talk. I was sleeping until you called me. Yeah, I was like, Taj. Taj." Taj says, "Peace, gentlemen. Happy Father's Day and happy Juneteenth." Yes, sir. Right back at you.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. I'm telling you. Cheers to the fathers. Just singing. Cheers.
Right back at you.
Grill hard and drink harder. I like that. I should put that on a t-shirt. Yep. All right.
Katie says hi.
Hi, Katie. Scrog said, "I seen that, B." All right, look, I am going to end it. We are close to the 2-hour mark.
Done.
I'm not done. I just want to actually. I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep actually, because I can sit here and talk to you for.
What the fuck?
You said what now, B?
You got to get up early.
No, tomorrow tomorrow my alarm is set for 5:30, so that's actually sleeping in a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, but I will be out of the door. I'm hoping to be out of the door at 7. When I drove in weeks past, sometimes the length for me to get to work is an hour and 15 minutes, and there's other times where it's an hour and 45 minutes. So I'm trying to make sure I'm there and there isn't any problems. All right, so Scrog says later, B, and he says later to me. Scrog,
you're the shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And Bumpy, you are awesome. I'm just saying, Bumpy is the shit. Whether he's on live stream or just watching, the replay. You're good.
So hit him up.
Man.
Hit him with another replay word.
The shit.
Right.
Bumpy is the
One
shit.
Word. One word.
The shit.
One word.
That's
one word. Oh my gosh.
The shit. D-A.
Oh,
shit.
The shit. All right. Well, man.
There you go.
All right. TJ,
Bumpy,
good night,
you're
all.
awesome. Love you, bro.
Yep. Indeed.
You're awesome.
All right. So I would say everybody else, but everybody else I put on, I have you in the live stream because I put you on timeout. But anyway, thank you so very much as always. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. We're close enough to the midnight and close enough to the 2-hour mark.
You are.
Oh, you know what? If I was still had 3 extra hours, I would be like, let's go out to the club right now.
Let's do
Steven, yeah, sure. Steven, you be easy. Thank you very much.
You guys take care.
Yes,
Steven,
sir. You too.
Awesome. Good to meet you, Andrew. First time I've seen you on the live stream.
Yeah.
Andrew's be here and there. You guys take care.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
All right. Can you guys still hear me? See me? All right. TJ says good night all and later. Or Scrog says later. TJ says good night. I am going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you very much, Alicia and Well, myself about my second round. But thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and end this. And no, I didn't end. So I was messing with the um with the configuration and the ribeyes, and I ended up just, I'll say, scanning the entire thing. Smiley Family says yes. Did you not end the end? Did I not end? That's kind of crazy. Yes, I did not. Or no, I did not. Scrog says bedtime. Indeed, indeed. Trust me, I'm thinking about it. All right, we are going to end the stream and end